Everything's really just mashing together good. We have everything down really on offense. We're still improving everything. But our chemistry is really good with Clark. Our O-lineman's doing a great job blocking for Sir, finding gaps. And then our defense is stepping up a lot this year. We just had our first shutout in an SAC school since I don't know when he said it was. I think it was like 2014 or something. But we pitched our first shutout against SAC school, so it's good seeing both sides of the ball really step up and play good.
When you take a look at this week, what is the coaching staff really stressing to you about what you need to do well and execute against this Bishop Luers defense? And what kind of challenges does their defense present?
They're a really physical team. They'll fill the gap slide. They're going to hit hard. We're going to expect their best shot because it's a rivalry game. This game, we're not just playing for us to win. We're playing for the people who came before us that started this rivalry. It's such a big game, and especially if we want to, be a championship team, we got to beat these championship-like opponents. So, we're going to get our best shot against Dwenger, and we'll get theirs. So, we're hoping to pull through and get 7-0 for the season.
As a team, how much are you guys looking forward to a game? I mean, you kind of hit on it. It's not just a big game in the SEC standings. It's a rivalry game. It's a game that goes a long way in determining whether or not you reach one of the goals I imagine you set at the beginning of the season, which is, to ring the victory bell.
Yeah, since I was a freshman here at Luers, Dwangers kind of took it to us every year. So, we have a good team this year. We're not shying down from any opponent. We're really excited to get this game, and we really believe that we can beat them, and we're really looking forward to it.
Final question from me. I mean, they beat you guys on your home field last year. What can you take away from that game? What do you remember from that game that you guys can use this time around to have the outcome become different for the Bishop Luers victory?
Yeah. So last year we thought we were in the game pretty much for the first half, and then we kind of let go. But we really look a lot to my sophomore year when we played at Dwangers Field at Shields Field. They took it to us the whole game. So we use that as fuel. We've been watching that film, watching the game, and they just kind of bullied us the whole game. So we look to kind of flip the script on that and take it to them this week.
All right, man. Anything else you'd like to add?
Go Knights.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
What is it about this team, and what have you guys done on the football field that's allowed you to have that kind of success when it comes to wins, losses?
I would say the chemistry we have. Everybody here is like, we all like brothers. I would call everybody on this team my brother, and we got good chemistry.
Defensively, Brody was talking about this is the first time in a while that you guys have pitched a shutout against an SAC opponent. So coming off that, what do you guys need to do well defensively? What do you carry over from last week when you face a bigger challenge this week in Bishop Luers?
Stopping the run, making sure we doing good in the pass. Just stopping the run is our main focus right now.
For this Bishop Luers team, this is a game that can go a long way in determining a couple of goals that you guys have set for yourself as a team at the beginning of the season. What's the mentality of this Luers team as you enter, the battle of the Bishops?
Everybody heard Nelson say, we all dogs. We got to have a mentality of a dog. They play physical. They talk. We talk. It's a live game. I would say that. Battle of the Bishops is a game you will remember.
When you guys look, you guys are at the top of the SAC standings. This is a game that will have a big impact on whether or not you can ring the victory bell at season's end. So just what's the hype like going into it, and how important of a game is this at this juncture of the season?
The hype is real. The hype is definitely real. We want to come in, play the game we've been playing all year, keep our same focus, and just keep the season rolling.
Final question, what are you most looking forward to about this Friday's matchup?
What I'm looking forward to is getting revenge, definitely. Beating them and taking the bell.
I love it. All right, my man. Good luck.
I think we come every day with a sense of do what we can to get better, individually, collectively. I know it sounds cliche, but I think just as importantly, it's what we do off the field that has propelled us to where we're at today. Our time and energy in the weight room, time that we spent, and our dedication to watching film, meetings, trying to learn the game. I think that's something as a program we've really stepped up. Credit to all these assistant coaches that give up their time to make that these schedules possible for these kids, and then ultimately credit for the kids for buying into what we've been selling them, and so far the dividends have paid off.
Defensively, last week I think Brody was saying it's the first time you guys have shot out an SAC team in quite some time. So, what did you do well there? How do you carry that over, and how do you do that against a Bishop Luers team that will provide more of a challenge than you saw even last week?
I think as much as anything, just the kids communicating with each other at all three levels of our defense. Kids have really, on that side of the ball, in every facet of the game, I think we've grown confident, but particularly on the defensive side of the ball, we've grown more confident every week. This defense really is getting better every single week, and to watch kids swarm to the ball, we talk about swarming, to make quarterbacks feel uncomfortable, to do what we can to shut down the run or minimize big gains in the run, to force teams to work their way down the field. We've created an awful lot of turnovers this year, and we've had some big turnovers and some big time situations in big games. So this undoubtedly will be a bigger challenge in Bishop Luers. They're going to be fit. They're going to be stronger. They're going to be more physical than what we saw last week. Ultimately, I think our kids they're playing with a lot of confidence in themselves and their bodies. They're trusting each other, and I really like our chances so long as we continue to work this week as we have all year.
Yeah, offensively, you guys have been clicking really since the Carroll game. All season long. What can you guys do against a defense that you kind of alluded to is going to be physical, and they're kind of known for they don't make a lot of mistakes, very execution oriented. How do you combat that, and how do you keep the offense rolling like we've seen?
I hate to say just continue to do what we're doing, but we've been really good in minimizing our penalties. Our mental mistakes on that side of the ball. We've done a heck of a job taking care of the ball. I think we've got 5 turnovers on the year, so we're averaging less than 1 a game. And on the flip side, defense is creating about 3 a game. When you're playing football like that, you're going to give yourselves a chance to win each and every week. So, we can't focus on trying to make something big happen, and that's kudos to everybody on that offensive side of the ball. Big plays happen. They're going to happen with the talent, with the quarterback, the arm. We got weapons everywhere. There's no secret about it. The guys up front, nothing can happen without physical play up front, and that's where we're probably happiest, and not the least bit surprised, but definitely happy about how our offensive line surge has been throughout the year, and hopefully we keep rolling.
Final question from me. You take a look at some of the goals I imagine that you set at the beginning of the season. This is a game that goes a long way in determining how or if you can reach those goals. So approaching the Battle of the Bishops, there's just a lot that goes into it for you guys. What's the mentality and kind of how much are you looking forward to an opportunity like this to take center stage and really set yourself apart from everybody in the SAC?
Well, anytime you got a rivalry week, and we stress it. We stress rivalry weeks and getting up. We like to think we've got a few of them here in town. There's only 3 schools on the south side left. So, when you got south side, you got the Battle Calhoun. When you've got Wayne, who's right down the road, a couple miles down the road. Those are some rivalries that have been built up over the years. But this goes back to when these 2 programs first started in the 1960s, late 50s. And, it's a cool tradition. It gets a lot of people on both sides of town, the area for that matter, interested in what the battle's going to look like. Ultimately, if some random Luers person were to come up to me and say, hey, if you could win 1 game this year, make it be Bishop Luers. And I think that kind of says enough about the mentality heading into this game for players, coaches, our community, alumni, everybody that's put on the red and black.